President Trump has declared war, and big tech organizations and social media giants should be very, very afraid. You see, the U.S. government, via the Department of Justice, is planning on crawling all over Google to figure out if they're an abusive monopoly. They are launching an antitrust probe against the organization. Now, before I get into the report, let me just give a quick shout out to my partner. How special is your dad? The guy that you've looked up to your entire life. The guy who may have even gotten you out of some hairy situations with your mom, maybe even some situations that your mother still doesn't know about. The guy who's always there to depend on. The guy who gives you his tools, helps you and gives you advice, and even is a comforting shoulder in your time of need. Did you know that Father's Day is right around the corner? So for this Father's Day, why not get him something unusual, something that you don't normally get? Forget the t-shirt and the aftershave and the coffee mugs. How about you get him something legendary, something he'll never forget? This Father's Day, Noble Gold has an amazing deal just for your dads. Right now, they've combined two of their best packages. The first is Trump Coin 2020. As you know, this is a 1 ounce 0.999% silver coin that's got an image of the President of the United States on the front, and on the back has a list of some of the accomplishments that he's been able to do. Well, in conjunction with this coin, they're also tossing in another collectible item that is highly valued, and that is a 10 ounce silver bar. On the front of this is the American flag, and then on the back is United We Stand. Both of these have been packaged together just for Father's Day. And right now, as an extra special thank you to all of you listeners, you can get it for $30 off using the code LisaHaven30. Again, that's with the code LisaHaven30. Go to TrumpCoin2020.com today and take advantage of that special offer for your dad. I guarantee you he won't be disappointed. Again, that's TrumpCoin2020.com. So just what is this antitrust probe that has been launched against Google? Check out this article on fastcompany.com. Google could be targeted in the first antitrust probe of big tech under President Trump. Fortune.com, a new Google antitrust probe could spell trouble for its auto domination plans. And ZeroHedge.com, Trump declares war on Silicon Valley. DOJ launches Google anti-monopoly probe. Now, the article goes on to state that the Wall Street Journal dropped a bombshell of a story. The paper reported that the DOJ has opened an antitrust investigation of Alphabet Incorporated, which could present a major new layer of regulatory scrutiny for the search giant, according to the people familiar with the matter. The report was sourced to, quote, people familiar with the matter, end quote, but was swiftly collaborated by the New York Times, Bloomberg, and others. For months, the FTC has appeared to be gearing up for a showdown with big tech, the agency which shares antitrust authority with the DOJ. And it has created a new commission that could help undo big tech tie-ups like Facebook's acquisition of Instagram, and hired lawyers who have advanced new anti-monopoly theories that would help justify the breakup of companies like Amazon. But as it turns out, the Trump administration's first salvo against big tech didn't come from the FTC. Instead, this responsibility has been delegated to the DOJ, which has reportedly been tasked with supervising the investigation into Google. Finally, the President of the United States is making headway against big tech organizations like Google, who 100% have a monopoly on pretty much everything. When anybody goes to the internet, they're usually on a Google search engine. And as many of you know, Google determines what does and doesn't go on the feed. As a quick reminder, let me show you this screenshot. On this screenshot, you're going to see Google on one side and then DuckDuckGo search engine on the other side. If I plug in the words climate change is a hoax, well, you'll notice on Google that most of the feed that comes up is climate change is real, stuff that supports climate change. However, on DuckDuckGo, I actually got what I searched for the most part. Bottom line, Google is the search engine that's downloaded automatically on everybody's computer, be it a work computer or your home computer. You have to actually physically get away from Google and go to other websites or other search engines and download those on your computer to get an alternative view. Bottom line, Google is basically dominating everything on the internet. They are 100% a monopoly. So the good news is that the DOJ is finally going after them. They have been stealing our private information for a number of years. Want to know something else? Not only is the DOJ launching an antitrust probe against Google, but the White House is also looking up alternatives. Take a look at this article on Politico.com. Amid censorship fears, the Trump campaign is checking out alternative social networks. Why is Trump looking into that? Because he knows that conservatives, patriots, gun owners, and his own supporters are being censored into oblivion. We also know that just a couple of weeks ago, the White House asked for everybody's input on how they are getting censored. Check this out. This is the actual website in which people could report any censorship against them. Now it has unfortunately been closed to the public, but as a result of that, thousands of people reported their censorship. You see, the bottom line is we have allowed Google and Facebook and all these big tech organizations too much power. We handed it over on a silver platter. And now they're running around acting godlike, acting as if they dominate the entire political spectrum. They're only giving you a one-sided story, telling you we're going to call everything a conspiracy theory and push it down the feed because it's not worth reading. They're dictating what you can and can't see. That is the very restriction that is being forced upon each and every single American. And it's gone on for far too long, especially when they start censoring your side. And keep in mind, one day the tables could turn and they could be doing it to the left. And if it was happening to the left, I would still stand here and speak against it because I believe ultimately in the freedom of speech, and it's getting ripped out of our fingertips each and every single day. You see, organizations such as Apple and Google, who have these major monopolies, are even working with the communist Chinese, the Chinese government who censors their people into oblivion, the Chinese government who puts Muslims and Christians into re-education camps, and even the Falun Gong religion. These are the kind of people that Google is working with rather than with their own country. I say, time to break it up. Anyhow, I'd love to get your thoughts, comments, and concerns. Please leave them in the description box below. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.